What's going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shake 72 coming at you guys with a video. Heard some news that Donell Pumphrey, they've been putting him in the slot a lot. I wouldn't say he's going to be the start. I wouldn't say that it's a point where they're saying putting him in the slot to be a starting slot receiver. Of course, no, but putting him in the slot creates a lot of mismatches. Especially with a guy that came to the Eagles with a pedigree from college. He broke the NCAA all-purpose yard record, broke Marshall Faulk's all-purpose yard record. It's like when we first got Darren Sproles the first year and we were putting him in the slot very few times, and when we got some mismatches on linebackers, because if we sense that there are mismatches on linebackers with Donell Pumphrey there, it could be pretty dangerous. Even if you put Donell Pumphrey in the slot. Oh, that's my damn iPhone. I was like, let's hear noises. You put Donell Pumphrey in the slot and then do like Darren Sproles and LeGarrette Blount in a double, a double running back set in the backfield. I mean, and with Alshon Jeffrey Torres Smith on the outside, it could be pretty unstoppable and Zach Ertz as well. I don't see anyone getting past that. Donell Pumphrey just needs space. He gets the ball, he's fucking out of there. Yes, he's a toothpick. Yes, he gets tackled. It looks like his whole body's gonna fall apart. But honestly, I have high expectations for Donell Pumphrey for the future. And I know we jumped in front of the Cowboys, so the Cowboys want to get him. That would have been a little Darren Sproles on their team. But we jumped in and grabbed him, and it was the pick that everybody was like not really excited about. A lot of fans thought that was a bad pick, but I actually thought it was a good pick because, Darren Sproles is going to be retiring after this year. Who knows? I don't think he's going to play for any other team. I highly doubt it. This year is it for him. 33 years old, 34. I think 34 years old. He's actually older than Jason Peters. He can still, play, and he can play a lot. He just can't be an every down back, and that was the problem that we had with him last year is that we couldn't. When he was out there for like 6 plays in a row, he'd be winded, run the ball like 5 times straight. He'd ask to go out to the sideline because, at his age now, he's got to be fresh going in there and got to be used on certain aspects of the game, third down conversions. Just being out there is just him being a threat. You understand? You have a double running back set, him being out there with LeGarrette Blount in the backfield. It will cause a lot of attention. Plus Alshon, plus Torrey Smith. Then you got Jordan Matthews, Zach Ertz. So if you had Donell Pumphrey, they've been using him in the wide receiver slot. That's awesome. I like how they're utilizing him. They can put him in the backfield in the double running back set as well as Darren Sproles. They can put him back there with LeGarrette Blount, whatever. They could put him, special teams, of course, kick returns. I wouldn't mind him taking the kick returns. I don't know if the punt returns or the kick returns would be different. Darren Sproles was the kick returner for the Saints. He kick returned instead of punt returned, I think. But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind having him as a kick returner. I think as a kick returner, you'll find more open space. I just think he'll be a lot more electric back there. So I have no problem at all. I have no problem with them putting it there. I mean, they're going to put him in the passing game, and they can do anything they want with this kid. And this kid could be a gold mine for this team. And I have high expectations for him, especially in preseason as well, because if he starts juking the fuck out of people, we already know we got a gem. That's why I can't wait till preseason to come around. It's the first time in a while where I'm going to be excited for preseason. I'm going to be excited for, between, Matt Collins, Shelton Gibson, Donell Pumphrey, Rashad Douglas. It's all going to come together, and we see what happens. So I am very high on it. I'm actually going to watch these offensive linemen too, in the preseason and see what how they're doing. I don't doubt our first and second team should be pretty nice. Without the probably a backup third string center or whatnot. So by our third team, we should be pretty much dealing with the useless, no-name fucks anyway. So, Donell Pumphrey, man, that's big news. I'm glad that they're not just using him for one position. They're testing him. He's like a science project. He's like a test project. He's literally just going to be, they're putting him everywhere possible on the field. They're putting him everywhere, and they're seeing where he looks great. And of course, they're probably running plays with him in the slot. They're running plays with him in the backfield. He's catching passes out of the backfield. He's probably doing special teams. He was practicing punt returns. First week of OTAs, they put him on the special teams for punt returns. So, kick return wise, we really need someone. I know Wendell Small had that one touchdown, but I think that was just a lucky play against the Redskins. I honestly think that Josh Huff was one of the best kick returners. And it sucks, but what are we gonna do? Josh Huff is gone now on Tampa Bay, so we need someone back there. And you know what? If Nelson Aguilar too wants to return kicks, I just don't want anybody playing. I just don't want anybody. You can't be afraid on kick returns. You can't be afraid on punt returns. You got to take chances. You got to be ready to catch the ball. Your eye coordination on the ball to the field, and then your feet. And that's where it all comes down to. And, I think the Wendell Smallwood kick return touchdown was like fucking lucky. I think there was just I think the blocks were just so fucking. He had to run a fucking straight line pretty much. He didn't have to juke and fucking go back and forth. He barely had to go anywhere. He just ran a straight line up the left side of the field. But we need somebody that can. We have the best special teams. Since 2014, the Eagles have been the best special teams unit in the fucking league. And if it pays off this year, special teams is a third part of the game and always fucking wins games. Most of the time, it keeps you in games. It puts you ahead of games ridiculously. So Donell Pumphrey, man. I have high hopes, and the guy came to the league with a pedigree breaking Marshall Faulk's all-purpose yard record, and that's big, and that's not something that someone can just do in 4 years. That is a big record-setting. It's like winning a title, and that's crazy. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited. So everyone else should be excited. Haters gonna hate. Comment haters if you want, because you guys are little fucking bitches. And that's all I gotta say about Donell Pumphrey. So hopefully they use him the right way. And like I said before, they're utilizing him in so many different aspects on the field that I love it, because they're not just putting him in one position. They're just saying you're gonna do this and that's it. They're not just grading him just from one performance from one position. They're going to fucking put him all over the fucking place, and they're going to do something. So I'm happy about it. Hopefully you're happy about it. Joey Shake 72 out. See you guys. Go Birds.